What is going on, beautiful folks? Lee Hammock, your favorite, yes, you can have a favorite, self-aware narcissist. Another live episode taking guests. If you want to hop on, my guests want to hop on, you want to hop on and be a guest, you can always hit that. I'm going to drop the link in the comment section so you can hop on the live and ask some questions face to face if that fits you. Try to keep the I'm going to try to keep the interviews to around 5 minutes, y'all. So if you do want to hop on and share your story, just, I know you got a story to tell. I do my one-on-ones over Zoom if you want to get more in depth with your story. But I'm going to drop the link in the comment section right here. So you see it, you have it, and it's right there. The link is going to look like this. I know the link looks like spam. So if you want to hop on the live, click that link right there. It looks like spam. It's not spam. It takes you right here. It takes you right here to me. But it's not going. You're not going to have to put your social security number in or anything like that. It takes you right to me. No social security number needed. I haven't washed my face yet. It's early. What time did this start? Just now. I've been on for like about a minute and 17 seconds. Is that where we could ask? You could ask a question. Look, you can ask a question in the comment section as well. But if you want to hop on the live and share the screen with me and ask some questions, like use your voice to ask a question or share a little bit of your story and get some perspective, you can click the link that's in the comment section. The link looks like this. You don't have to turn your camera on. I just need to be able to hear your voice or whatnot. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning to you. There was something else I was about to do. Yeah, good morning to you as well. Hope y'all are having a fantastic morning, though. Like, seriously. No, this is my first time ever doing a live in the morning. Like, I haven't done one in a long time, right? I haven't done one in a very, very long time. Where we at? Guess what? I already on here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, I've been following you for a while. Thank you for accepting my request. Um, Question.
Hit me.
I've been supporting an old college friend. He lives in my house. I stay in my father's house. Sorry
Mhm.
for my appearance. Um, but
Sorry for mine.
I've been doing my best for the last 3 years to try to get him to work. He does not have a car. He doesn't have a license. I'm in my 40s.
Mm.
I have a daughter. He has 4 children. I've even helped support them. Um, but I've been told that I'm the narcissist.
By him?
Hmm.
How? How? I'm just curious. What? Does he give a reasoning why you're a narcissist? I'm just curious.
Um, he'll say that I'm always thinking of myself.
Yep, I know you. I say that's that's literally what I wanted you to say. I was gonna say he's probably trying to make you feel guilty or calling you selfish for wanting him to do things for himself, which is a narcissistic characteristic in and of itself, right? They want you to take care of them, but then you get fed up and tired of it. All of a sudden, now they just like, you selfish. You don't give me time. You're narcissistic. You're in and of yourself. Like, now, you're in your 40s. I'm about to be 40. We too old to be taking care of adults, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
So
And the crazy part is when I say that I do want to leave or I do want him to leave my house, because I don't stay there.
yeah,
Um, and I'm not really even barely welcome there. Um, that he'll say, he wants to flip the tables on me and tell people about me and say all these things and
what are you gonna
put
say?
out a slander campaign.
What can he say?
Um,
Like,
he-
yeah, seriously, no.
well,
I only ask because in order to heal and move forward, you got to get clear on what he actually can do. Other than his words, what can he do? Right? She kicked me out on the streets. I'm a grown man with kids, and she kicked me out by myself. I don't have a car. Like, how does that sound? You see what I'm saying? You're
right,
not a you're
right.
not
The
you're
only
not
thing
running
he
a
could
company.
say is I've had my issues with I've had issues with alcohol.
Yeah. I mean, so that's something you can work on, right? But what does that have to
Right.
do with him? What does that have
Right.
to do with his life and how he's living his life? What does that have to do with that right there? That has not
Right.
like having issues with alcohol has nothing to do with him not working or not having his own transportation and you helping take care of his kids. Like he really wants a sponsor, right? He wants you to sponsor him and this you said it's been going on for years.
3 years.
Okay, yeah, so it's too long now. We gotta be able to take to tack on some stuff and be able to move forward now because 3 years is too long to be taking care of somebody else, right? It is
Yeah.
not it's like because people,
That's added pressure and stress that doesn't help me do what I need to do in regards to sobriety. And I did want to give you kudos for how you handle yours with your wife and everything like that.
mm,
Uh,
I
I,
appreciate it.
yeah.
But like I said, I feel like you just should set your goal to be able to release yourself because like it's very difficult to get, you know what I mean, to because he's adding stress to you and those stressors around you make you want to go to the turn to the bottle. You like, "God, it's getting on my nerves. Like what?" And then all of a sudden it sounds like the bottle talking to you is like, "Oh yeah." You're like, "Who said that? Who said that?"
Yeah.
And it's the
Yeah.
whiskey. You're like,
Who said that?
"Is that you talking tequila?" Yes. The tequila started talking to you. So it's just like, it starts sounding good. So it's just like stress adds to that right
Yeah.
there. Right. So you don't want to keep adding stress to yourself because that just makes your life harder. It makes it more difficult for you to parent and just to function throughout the day. Right. So that's why I'm just saying, like, you're not a bad
Right.
person for kicking him out. You're not a bad person for making him, you know, animals throw they bird like if they get like birds. If they get a bird that's staying around too long, they kick it out the nest. It's like, look, you can flap your wings. They just throw you. It's like, Mom, I can't fly.
Wow.
Mom, I can't fly. You gonna fly today?
Wow.
They throw you out the nest and
Right.
make you flap or you die. Right.
Right.
So that happens right there. So it's like you want to live your life to the fullest extent right there. So it's very difficult to live that while you're trying to simultaneously take care of an adult man who's able-bodied and trying to make you feel you're a narcissist for not wanting to take care of him is insane. Like tell him to post that online. She trying
Yeah.
to yeah,
He
tell
wa-
me who the narcissist is here. I don't have
he
a job. I'm
threatens
not
to.
working. Yeah, tell him to post it. That doesn't make him look good. It makes him look like a bum. Honestly, I'm just
That's what I said. That's what I said.
yeah. So you're not a bad person for choosing yourself, and like you've done more than enough, right? You've done more than enough to help him out and things like that. Okay,
Thank you.
no problem. Thanks for hopping on this morning. Just
All
take care
right.
of
Peace.
yourself. Yeah. Baby steps.
You too.
Peace. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, y'all. They will take advantage of you if you allow them to for a long period of time. And narcissistic people just do not care. I have another one popping up here. What is going on? Can you hear me?
Good morning. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up?
Excellent. I just wanted to share this message that I had gotten, I want to say maybe about 6 weeks ago, from this narcissistic individual that I blocked. I took your advice, Lee, blocked him everywhere, but continues to reach out from these fake phone numbers.
Yep.
Um, it's very interesting the way that they manage to twist things in their mind. Because, it's like you say, when you finally stop talking to them, that's when they want to reach out again. Well, so I I blocked him everywhere. And then he came out and said this text, which let me see if I can read it here. He said, can you hear me okay still?
Yeah, I can say yep.
Okay, it's so funny. He said, you can always still hit me up if you feel like you were too harsh for whatever reason. Till this day, I still don't know why, if it's because I got back with my skank of an ex for a couple of days while you were out of the country, for weeks of us not talking 6 months ago, who I haven't seen since. Considering you said you managed to get all my messages while I was blocked or whatever, hope all is well. Anyways, I miss you. I don't know. We've known each other for almost 10 years, and you tell me to F off over something dumb as F. I just don't get it, but I'd still talk to you again if you ever wanted to or weren't pissed as F anymore. I'm like, that's so mentally ill. I can't.
Skank of an ex is a crazy thing to say.
And she's
Like,
not. She's a lovely girl.
of course she is, but like
She's lovely.
he's trying to make it seem like he's trying to like talk to her using this very pointed language to make it seem like she's such a horrible person and you're much better than her, right?
Yeah.
I get back on my skank of an ex. What sense does that make?
I'm like,
Right?
that says about you,
Yeah. That doesn't
not
make any
her.
sense. It doesn't make any, she's a skank, but I'm gonna go hit it. What? That doesn't make any sense, right? It's just like I can't stand my skanky whore ass ex. I'm gonna go over there and talk to her. You know what? That doesn't make any. That literally makes no sense at all. Like
That
that's him.
message had so much bait in it. I'm
Yeah,
like, you really want me to just correct you and say how full of shit you are, basically. And I'm like, I'm not having this conversation with you.
yeah.
This is
That's
insane.
yeah. He wants you to entertain him and just go back and forth with him, which is again, it really is insane to even. Man, it's crazy. Man says skank of an ex. That's insane to say right there. I promise you. Like, if she's a skank, why are you dealing with her? Or is that your type? You see what I'm saying? When they use this very pointed negative language to describe people that they're dealing with, it's just trying to make it seem like it's not that serious. You know,
Yeah.
if, leave her alone there. If it's not that serious, what are you talking about? You know,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? So it's just like that does happen. So I just feel like give yourself that space, because like if you don't block him, if he gets unblocked and you reach out, he still you can't control whether or not he reaches out from different numbers, right? Unless there's a police order involved or something like that. You can't really control that. But what you
Hmm.
can control is you and how you respond and how you react and what comes next for you.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I'm changing my job because he knows where I work. I I'm doing everything possible so that he doesn't continue to talk to me,
Hmm.
because I originally blocked him in January,
Yeah.
and they had been like maybe about 20 phone numbers at this point. And so
20.
what he's talking about when he said you managed to get all my numbers is because, right, I have an iPhone, so my messages connected to my laptop.
Hmm.
I don't use my laptop very much. And so all these messages had come through on my laptop, and I deleted them because I'm like, I don't need to see this. But it was so crazy. He was sending me the clown emoji. He said sorry. He's like, "Did you get married? Oh my God, I don't know what happened. Uh, my family misses you." I'm like, I don't even know your family. Like, what are you talking about?
My family misses you.
I'm
He
like,
thought
you're nuts. And I'm like, and the last thing you told me about your family was that your mom thought I was horrible, which she doesn't know me. So how could she think I'm horrible? I'm like, it's so interesting to me, the classic patterns that they all seem to share. And I appreciate you so much for posting kind of this inside knowledge, because it really is a mind F. Like, it will really mess you
Mhm.
up. And even that message, it's like, I just need to delete that off my phone. I don't even need to be looking back at that. Obviously, the number's been blocked as soon as I got it.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, oh my goodness, like, and I feel not to the level where I would reach out, but I feel bad for him on like a human level. I'm like, man, like, you are a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yep.
Everything that you're saying is gonna come true because you just push people away.
Yep. So you see exactly who he is. And like him
Yes.
sending those messages and saying what he's saying is just pointing out more of who he really is. It's not even trying he thinks is worrying you down. But in all actuality, it's just showing you more of who he actually is and what he actually has going on mentally. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Because in the past, I probably would have responded, because to me, it's very important that people know that I know the truth.
Hmm.
But I realized he knows, we all know, he doesn't care. And I want to say it's because my frontal lobe finished developing. I'm like, I'm 25 now. I don't have time for this.
Hmm.
I don't know what it was, but I'm like, something really clicked. I'm like, you're nuts. It's been, like he said, it's been like almost 10 years. I met him in college
Hmm.
when I had just moved there. I didn't know anyone. And I'm like, oh, like it all makes so much sense now why
Yep.
everything was the way it was. And he would get into like weird little arguments with me. And I didn't understand. And I thought it was me. And it's not. I'm like, I never could have done anything right. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's impossible to appease them. And when you do, they always start adding more things to it right there.
Literally.
Yep.
Well,
So,
I appreciate your time. I'll get off so I can let someone else on. But have a good
okay.
rest of your day.
All right,
Bye
you as
bye.
well. Thanks for hopping on. Be safe. Take care of yourself.
You too. Bye.
So yeah, we still doing a couple. I got a few more minutes left. Do a couple of more of these like 5-minute interview. Doing like 5 minutes, 5-minute interviews. I put the link back in the section as well, y'all. If y'all want to hop on, the link looks like this. We try to keep it short and sweet. Like I have to get off in a few minutes, so I can't have long stories. Those are perfect. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
What's going on? How you doing today?
I am fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing very well, very well. How can I help you out this morning?
So my ex is a narcissist. Of course, he's undiagnosed because he, of course, never sees anything wrong with his own actions. But I have been no contact with him for a decade. Now, we have a 12-year-old daughter together. He has seen her twice in that decade, and he has never reached out to me to try to see her. He has never made any sort of financial contribution to her at all. He, but of course, everyone who will listen, he says that I'm heartless and that I'm keeping his child from him and this, that, and the other, but he will never answer my text messages about her. And this has been going on for a decade. Now, I have not put him on child support because him leaving me alone is worth more than he could ever pay me, right?
Mhm.
But he's driving around town in a Hellcat, and he has a limo that he drives around in, posting on Facebook about, he has this limo service and it's only for his close friends. And I mean, you and I both know it's all bullshit,
Yeah.
right? But it's not fair that I have the sole responsibility of raising this child for a decade, and he gets to drive around town in a Hellcat and a limo. That's not fair. But I know for a fact that if I try to pursue him for child support, if I try to take him for any sort of monetary support, that he is going to make my life an absolute living hell. And so I need to know what to do because my family who knows him, my friends who know him, they say, leave it alone. You are safe. You're out. You have your peace. And that is more important than, monetary, support. But I'm sitting over here and I'm like, if the shoe was reversed, he 100% would take me to court for like literally every penny that he could get out of me. And it's not fair that he gets to live his life without any sort of responsibility, any sort of accountability. And the only reason that he's doing that is because I'm allowing him, because I get to sleep at night because he leaves me alone.
Mm-hmm. So I would ask, when people say make your life a living hell, what could he do?
So he could,
The reason I ask is because it helps you to get clear on what he actually can do. He's not going to try to get into custody. That doesn't, like, what can he actually do in this situation?
well, that's actually what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid that he will implement court-ordered visitation, that I would have to send her over to a
No,
stranger because she hasn't
that,
seen him in a decade.
that typically doesn't happen that way though, because it's been a decade. That would be, if that were to go that way, there would be supervised visitation. It would be supervised at a center that he would have to pay for. Do you think this was something he actually wants to do? Because I feel like he would already done that, right?
Right.
I feel like he would already have done that already. So it's just like, yeah, there is reasonable fear to think that just like he'll mess with me, but what can he actually do? He hasn't. You think he's gonna? Well, you know what? I'm gonna go get full custody. So you want to go for 0 time in a decade to full custody? That doesn't make any sense. It is not even feasible unless you're doing drugs or something. Unless you have a needle in your arm right now, you're good, right? Or your Facebook profile pictures of you just doing the fent bent, you're good, right? So I just think you're going to be fine in that aspect of things. So it helps you to get clear on what he actually can do. Like, yeah, he's going to make your life live in hell. What, are you going to drive by with his Hellcat and rev the engine in front of your house? Like, what can he actually do? Right? Like, physically harm you, then he goes to jail. Like, then he doesn't have anything. So just like, what can he actually do? You know what I mean? I feel like you just getting clear. You want to tell yourself a better story, so get clear right there. I mean, yeah, you can leave him alone and live your best life, but it's not always just gonna be about you as well. Like, if you get some type of money from him, even if you live in this fake facade lifestyle, you get some type of money from him, that can go towards your daughter or college fund or anything like that, right? So it really just depends on what you want to do. I have in real life, I have people in that type of situation gonna make my life live in hell. I'm like, what can he do? What really do? Start calling you and saying mean things to you? Like, what could he actually do? So I feel it
Yeah,
helps to get clear right there.
he could call and say mean things to me. He could show up at my work. He could show up at my husband's work. He could try to pester my husband. He could, pester my daughter. He could do. He is so, and I'm sure I don't have to iterate to you how petty and how vindictive he is, because he will go for the jugular no matter what it is. If I here's my fear, is that I fear that if I get a settlement for what I am
Mhm.
owed and for what she is owed, that he is, number one, not going to, of course he's not going to pay it. I mean, there's absolutely no way he's going to pay it. And then number two, all of this is going to be for naught, because he is going to do whatever it is that he has to do to dodge that, and then I'm going to give him access to my life again, which, a decade without him in my life has been really fantastic.
You're saying a decade without him in your life, but he's still in your life. He's still playing a role. That's why you're talking about him now. He's still in your life, right? It's just like he's
Right.
not in your life, and he's not in your life in a different capacity. I just feel like it's something to consider. If it were me, I probably would do it. I'd be like, fuck it, right? Because let's go. Like, I would advocate for the kid, right? It's not even about you. Like, you're fine. You haven't needed it, right? But sometimes, like, it just helps to have things extra for your kid and whatnot. But it's something to consider. It's just something to think about right there, because yeah, there's things that he could do. Yeah, he's gonna get angry, but he out here making babies and just bragging on Facebook, like, yeah, and especially if he out here telling people you keeping a kid from him, fuck that. No, it's different if you quiet, if you living in quiet, but you out here telling people I'm keeping your kid from you. Oh hell no, we go to I'll see you in court, buddy. Right? It's just like, because a lot of times, like I said, because it's been a decade and he hasn't made any effort. Like, they're not just gonna just slap custody, make your daughter go to a stranger's house. That's not how it works, unless you live in one of these weird states that just like, just do that type of stuff. Most people don't do it. Most states don't have that. You just give them access like that.
Thank you.
No problem. Just be safe. Make a decision that's going to benefit y'all the most. And yeah, he's gonna be angry regardless. There's no like he angry now. If he's still talking about you, keeping give him. I mean, he's already angry, right? He's trying to sully he's trying to hit your reputation. Hell no.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Well, the thing is that even though he doesn't have her, his parents still get her like every other weekend, and his
Hmm.
parents still have her for like holidays and stuff. So it's not that I'm trying to keep her from anybody. I'm
Yeah,
not. It's just that he is a slice of dog shit.
yeah. But that's what this type of stuff he'll say right there. I me personally, I probably would do it, but like I'm vindictive, right? I have a no. But I feel like just take time, make a decision. Talk to your husband. This is something you can talk to your husband about as well. It's not a decision that you have to make on your own. Talk to your husband. Weigh your options. See what actually is possible. What's going to go on? What's going to happen next? Okay, because like it's not just you that's going to be involved. Talk to your daughter as well, because she's old enough to have this type of conversation. So this is a decision you have to make, but I think you can make it and still come on the other end. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Thanks for hopping on this morning. I appreciate you. Be safe. Take care of yourself.
Thank you.
All right. In case y'all didn't know, y'all, all my links are available at mentalhealness.net. my courses, my support group, everything is available at mentalhealness.net. It looks like this. So check it out. I have all of it on there right there. I got another one. What is going on? Can you hear me? Anna?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on? How you doing today?
Hey, how are you?
Doing
Good
well,
morning.
Morning.
I just got on because you recently did a video about dimming your feelings.
Mhm.
And that's what I've been going through because it's been over a year since I broke up with my ex. Um, I have it's like I keep thinking about him. Like little things, like a song will come on, or I go to a certain place, or even I wear a T-shirt that we had in common.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and like I get frustrated with myself because I'm still thinking about this idiot. So, and I appreciate that video you did because you're saying like dimmer your feel, don't turn it off. And I just wanted to get that message across because that was real powerful for me because I'm a human being. You know, I can't just stop my feelings.
Yes.
You know,
You
you
can
know, I
try.
can't. I try. I try, but I can't just stop my feelings. So when you said that, that made more sense to me. I just wanted to say that and get that across.
I appreciate it. Thanks for sharing that. But that's why it's so important that people understand, like, you really cannot turn your feelings off. And like, you're gonna, like I said, there's gonna be times when you think about them that you feel like you shouldn't be thinking about them. Like, you
Yeah.
actually gonna feel like, well, I'm not talking about this person. I'm not talking. You're gonna be chilling one day, maybe driving down the road and see a trash can. It's like, it looks just like him, right? It reminds me of my ex. Everything reminds me of him, right? It's gonna happen. It just you never know what's gonna trigger a memory of your ex. It probably his name, you might have a common name. Sometimes there's gonna be little things out there that just set you off because you might not be prepared for it. You might be just driving one day or at work, something happens and it just pops up and you're just like, oh damn it, there you go. You mean there it is. It's always something that's going to pop up and make you think of this person. And then, like I said,
It's getting better. It's getting better because I can laugh about it now. You
yeah.
know me, I think it's funny, but it's just I was getting frustrated with myself because
Mhm.
why are you still thinking about this idiot? Like why? So and I was getting frustrated with myself, but I can't turn off my feelings, and that's true.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I feel like
I be more lenient with myself.
I feel like being able to laugh at it is part of healing as well sometimes, right?
Yeah,
Not everybody's gonna laugh through their healing journey. But I think when you get to that point where you can look back at it, or when you're still in it sometimes, and you can laugh at it, you're like, yeah, this is crazy. This is can't believe this happened. This is crazy as hell, right? And it just you're in a different place. Like, and that's part of growing and healing is being in that different place to be able to, laugh and things like that.
yeah. Because I appreciate your humor. I know you spoke about that before, but I think humor is healing. So I appreciate that from you.
No problem. That's the goal right there, is to try to wake up as many people as possible and allow them a different space to be in.
Because I understand everybody's not in the same place. Some people can't laugh about things, and you still going through the hurt and everything. But eventually, hopefully, you can look back and just laugh about it, or just give
Yep.
yourself grace.
hmm Yeah,
But
that's the most important. I think that's part of one of the most important things is to be able to get to that point right there where you're able to possibly give yourself that grace that you seek. Right.
hmm
Because that's important because so many people beat themselves up when they get to a certain point. I'm like, I can't believe that happened. And
yeah,
the anger sits with them. And it's very hard, it's very difficult to get past. So that's what I'm just saying. Like right now, it's a good thing that you've been able to, give yourself that grace and to be able to take a step back and be like, okay, this is what's going on right now. This is why this happened. And now I'm able to move forward from it and feel better and be better from after it ended and whatnot. So it's a good thing. You're
okay.
definitely
I'm
moving
glad I
forward.
catch you. I thought it was PM. I'm
It,
glad
it,
I
it was it
happened to
was
turn
no
in.
It was last night. I had it scheduled. I saw some comments on here when I first hopped on. It was scheduled for last night, but I had to. I ended up having to reschedule it because it was like I live in North Carolina and it was like these torrential like floods and stuff going on.
Oh yeah, we getting it soon too.
Yeah, last
Okay,
night
yeah.
it was super flooding here, and it was like it was literally crazy. And I was just like, my power was flicking on and off, and like the internet kept going out. So I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna be on here live, and it's gonna kick out. So I just like rescheduled for this morning.
Oh, okay, no problem.
This is my first time doing it. This is my first time ever doing a morning live. I've done one in the morning. Just I don't remember. I was just like, I just got up and did it, so it's cool. But that's why I didn't do it this morning.
Okay.
I mean, last night.
No problem.
All right.
No problem.
But thanks for hopping on, and I appreciate you.
All right. Take care.
Be safe.
Bye.
Also, y'all, I got a channel donation. Appreciate this. The super sticker says, I recently went through a breakup with my narc ex, and I'm still going through different phases of missing him and being happy he's gone. But your podcast has been a huge help to me. I can't thank you enough, truly. I appreciate that. You're going to go through those phases right there, right? Going through like I said, I'm still going through different phases of missing him and being happy he's gone. The ups and downs come after the relationship ends. I promise you. It's one of those things that's going to continuously happen right here. But right, somebody right above you said time heals if you allow it to, right? Time heals if you allow it to. It doesn't heal. Time can't heal if you keep going back and forth to them, right? But the ups and downs, the feelings that you have are going to be those are definitely common. Those are definitely going to happen here and there and whatnot. So it's just like giving yourself that space to heal and grow and be happy are important as well, right? And also, what I'll do is, sorry, y'all. I got a couple more people, and then I gotta get out of here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Good. It's been a couple years since we met on a one-on-one virtual camera.
You look familiar. I was you
Yeah.
look familiar. What is going on?
Nothing much. Just wanted to ask and talk about something very delicate, especially with going on with today's events. Are you open to an idea of having me interview you on AI and being narcissist?
Like how so?
After our talk a couple years ago, PTSD and narcissists are similar, very similar. They're not the same, but they're very similar. And my son has autism, and dealing with that as well, it connects with everything. So with how everyone's saying the robots are coming, AI agents are coming, it all goes back to the human mind. And I would love to interview you and ask questions about how the narcissistic person will be able to maybe use AI to their advantage or disadvantage. Because AI is the wild, wild west right now, and there's no guardrails right now. And anybody can use AI to do good or bad stuff.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. I actually, that thought crossed my mind the other day when I was making skits. I was gonna make a funny skit about using AI to gaslight people and stuff like that. And actually, I do stupid skits. I do dumb skits sometimes. But yeah, we can set that up. What I'll do is I'll send you my email address so you can have it, and that way you can just email me. And we can set up because you're on the West. I think you're on the West Coast, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
California.
Yeah.
I did email you this morning. I went on the podcast request form and I filled out my information.
So that just came through a few minutes ago. I was on here then. I think that just came through.
Nice. Okay.
I
Cool.
saw something come through. It's like, boop. So it just came through. But I sent my email in like the little private chat right there as well. It should have popped up.
Okay. Cool.
So you can email me directly. We can set that up. Yeah, because
Awesome.
it's definitely something that's a possibility to happen right there, right? Because
Right.
when I'm talking to people one-on-one and stuff like that, a lot of people are mentioning that their narcissistic exes are using ChatGPT or stuff like that to come up with responses. And I have people in my support group that their exes are using ChatGPT as their lawyers, pretty much. Using them to file paperwork and stuff like that against them, to come up with different motions and things like that. Of course, of course, they lie in the chat GPT about the details of the case and stuff like that. So it's crazy to use chat GPT, lying to it. Just like, my ex beat me. How do I, just, it's kind of crazy. So yeah, it's definitely a big thing. Yeah, we can definitely chat about that though. Seriously.
Yes, and it goes the other way too, because the AI can manipulate you in so many different ways, especially now when it has voice. The voice features are really, really amazing. And
Yeah.
if you actually talk to it on your iPhone, it's just like a human being. And in my opinion, and dealing with this entire stuff, and we'll go over what exactly I've been doing after our video session. Like it was like 2 years ago, I think, or the start of the COVID, I think, is when you and I had our one-on-one.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. It's been a minute. You
Yeah.
popped on here. I was like, "No, you look familiar." We talked. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. I've been following you for a while, and like I said, thank you for what you do. Keep doing what you're doing. This is going to be very important, especially with AI, coming into our lives personally and in the business side. So the human connection is going to be very important in the future. So thank you for what you're doing.
No problem, man. Thanks for hopping on. Like, shoot me that email. We can set it up here in the upcoming days or whatnot, weeks or whatnot. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, man.
All righty. See you.
Yay. I love reconnecting with people from a while ago. It's cool. So I talked to a lot of people one-on-one, y'all. And he popped on here. I'm like, damn, you look familiar. Yeah, that's cool. That's super cool. I was serious. That's super serious. I just saw something pop up. It says, so thanks for joining the channel membership, joining the YouTube memberships. You said, I got one more person in the waiting room. I'm gonna hit this question real quick. So since there's no cure to be narcissistic, what are the best ways that you have gone to your channel, your narcissistic traits to be positive today? Therapy. I'll go into greater detail about that later. I'm gonna save this question. I'll put a star beside it, so I can come back to it in a few minutes. What is going on? Can you hear me? It says Kiki.
Good morning. Good morning.
What is going on? Good morning.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I have a question. Well, I'm gonna make this real quick because I know you said you had to go. Now, I'm not sure if this man is really a narcissist. I know everyone's not. Like, I didn't come across any of this stuff until January when I started like researching and trying to figure out reasons or motives behind his attitude. Like, this is an ex, right? So I'm gonna make this real quick. I was in a relationship for 2 years. It ended up ending, right? So we broke up in October, but in November we kind of started back, trying to work things out, and that didn't work out. On Thanksgiving, there was a double like this guy ended up offing his girlfriend and her son because of a picture that was posted on Facebook behind a whole nother man. Follow me now. This sounds like a Lifetime movie, but I swear to God, it's true. I'll tell you where I live at so you can Google it and see yourself. But okay, but the woman that lost her life, her and her child, she was on and off with the guy that took her life with another guy. And this other guy ended up posting a picture of them out on a date. Whole time they wasn't out on a date. Like, it was just something that they came. This is what I found out later on. They came up with this plan to make both exes mad, right? So how does this tie into my situation? When well, wait a minute. Okay, so the guy that posted the picture, he ended up, going live on Facebook. I did not know him. He was just talking about the situation. He upset and hurt about what happened. He missed her. He loved her. She was leaving the guy for him. Da 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 da. So he posted a status and he was like, "Does anybody know a counselor I can talk to? I don't want to be here." So I inboxed him and I was like, "Talk to this pastor. He'll help you out." So I used to work at a clothing store down here years ago. He's younger. He's like 5 years younger than me. So instead of him, just like, "Thank you for the, the info, whatever," he just hit me up on Facebook. He called me on Messenger. And I was at work, evening shift, nothing going on. And I just sat on the phone and listened to it. Mind you, 2 week prior, my relationship ended. So I'm listening to him and he was talking for like 2 hours about the whole situation. And what I noticed is that it just kind of kept me from thinking about what I was going through. So I was just listening to him. You know, we got off the phone, and then when I made it home, like it was like 11:30 that night, he texted me. He was like, "Hey, Crystal, you sleep?" And I'm like, "Nah," because I ended up telling him what I was going through. I gave him my ex's name and his new girlfriend. And so he was like, "I got something to show you." So he sent me a screenshot, and I'm like, "What's this?" And he was like, "That's such and such." Long story short, my ex was dating his ex, which he told me like they had broke up earlier that year, last year. He told me they had broke up in February. Like I knew absolutely nothing of what was going on. I'm just stuck in the blind. So I'm like, why she texting you? And he was like, she talking about she wanted to see how I was doing or whatever, woo woo. So a couple of days go by, a week or so, he started calling me. We just started talking. And he was talking about the lady that lost her life, right? Because mind you, he was seeing her as well. And as I'm listening to him, I'm not thinking about my ex. Like this was my way of coping with my breakup.
Mm-hmm.
A friend of mine saw his car at my house. We were sitting on the porch, and when I saw her coming down the road, because she talked too much, she takes staying around. I was like, let's go in the house. So we went in the house, we watched TV, and she saw his car in my yard, and she called. She was like, I know that ain't such and such at your house, and I was like, no. And she was like, listen, that boy is trouble. He's a lie. It's just giving me all the rundown. I'm like, no, it ain't nothing like that. Because at the time, it wasn't. Like I wasn't thinking about, getting into a relationship or nothing. Like I got my own situation I'm trying to, get over. And I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah.
Another couple weeks go by, more people start seeing us. Like if he was in Walmart, he'll call me, to come in, show me this, help me find it. And when people started to see me out with him, I started getting inboxes on Facebook. That ain't your type. Leave him alone. He crazy. He this. He that. Da 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 da. And I really didn't listen to it because I wasn't looking at him. Like, I was looking at him more so like a little brother or something. But he had a whole different, agenda in mind. So to go ahead and get to the point, we ended up dating. I kept telling him like, I don't think it's a good idea. It don't look right. It don't feel right. And that was the first red flag. He got mad because I told him no. Oh, you must still want your ex. You must this. You must that. So I was like, I can't. He got real upset, and I got intrigued. I was like, I can't believe this. Like it's something, strange about this man. So I ended up talking to him. We would get into arguments every 2 weeks about the smallest thing. Like he would get offended by the smallest things. He wanted me to move in with him. I wasn't leaving my house, wasn't moving in. He wanted to, try to separate me. Oh, I don't my girlfriend, I don't want my girlfriend having male best friends. I don't want my girlfriend doing this. It could be the smallest thing. Whatever, and when we're in arguments or whatever, anything that I say to him, he flipped it. And we ended up breaking up. So I started looking at these videos because I'm like, it's something really strange about him. And when we broke up, I don't think he expected for the last breakup to be final, because after 2 days, he unblocked me. He blocked me, then he unblocked me on Facebook. I ended up going to get drinks with his cousin, and his cousin invited his sister. He hates his sister. I had never met his family. His mom passed away, and I saw his sister maybe, I think, one time before we went and got these drinks, and that was 2 weeks prior because their mom's birthday was coming up, and they were arguing like cats and dogs in the middle of the street. So when I went to get drinks with his cousin, she invited his sister. His cousin posted a picture of all four of us out, drinking. And when she posted it, he laughed at it. He was so upset. He had met a girl 2 days before on Facebook. That night, he posted that woman in his story. And I thought it was funny because I'm like, yeah, this is what I expect for him to do. Like, he does stuff like that. But when I say he took this breakup to a whole different level, within 3 weeks, he moved this woman in his house from Florida to Georgia. He was posting every 2 weeks about me on Facebook. Indirectly, he'll say little stuff about me on Facebook, like real negative stuff. We were supposed to go to the Bahamas for his birthday. We ended up breaking up maybe a couple of weeks before that. So I still went. And the day that I was supposed to leave, someone had got my car to go and, wash it up so I could drive to where I had to go. He's riding past my house.
Oh, Lord.
Father's Day morning, my mama standing to the end of the road. she gonna come in there and get me to my well. Such and such just rolled by. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Why is he riding by? Like, he has a girlfriend. He's riding by my house. He was posting it, and I let it slide for like a month and a half. After that, I just got fed up with it because like the attacks became more direct. People knew
Yeah.
who he was talking about, so I addressed him on Facebook by name, and he unblocked me. But he didn't say anything to me. Instead, everybody that was commenting on the post I made about him, he would, he was attacking them the whole day. But this has been like 3 weeks, and since then he hasn't said anything about me on Facebook. I haven't seen him ride past my house, but then again, the girl, she's been over there. They've been together now for like two. We've been broken up almost 2 months. They've been together 2 months, so now he drives her car. Like right the day before I addressed him on Facebook. No, it was that same day. I was at McDonald's getting my baby son to eat. He was in the car ahead of me, which was her car. I had never seen that car. I let another truck get between us so that he could go. When he got his stuff, he pulled over, he parked.
Oh.
He got out the car, went to the back door, opened the door, closed the door. He left. Instead of going home, he did a U-turn. She's sitting in the car, and it looks like her kids was in the car. He does a U-turn. He gets behind me, gets beside me. Then he got in front of me, stopped at a green light. He was turning right. He waited till the light turned yellow to turn right. And I was like, I'm getting real tired of this man. But I think that now, since I addressed him on Facebook, it's been 3 weeks. He hasn't said anything. I haven't seen him. So I'm hoping to be in the clear, but everybody that, knows him like, nah, just give it a minute. Wait until, this ain't done. You got off too easy. And that's what everybody tell me, like, I got off too easy. His ex-girlfriends, he would, like, I guess just really do them real dirty. Beat them,
Lord,
like really bad about them. I didn't experience that. All I experienced was the gaslighting, the manipulation. Just I knew something was off about him. That's why I started Googling, like, what in the world? What does this mean? What does that mean? And I noticed that the first month of our relationship, and everything that I've been seeing in these videos is that man.
Yeah, I mean, that type of stuff does happen, but for my guess, if I had to say, it doesn't seem like it's over with just yet. If he's willing to do all of that, whip around, do a U-turn like he a police officer chasing somebody who's speeding, it would just seem like it's not just over just yet.
But it's been 3. Now listen, I have faith. Somebody told me, she was like, you got too much faith in him. And it's not that I have faith in him. I constantly say this relationship with this new girl has to work. Because if it doesn't work out with them, then I fear that, like, he's going to come back bothering me. Like, no, leave. And I think that was the problem. Like, I didn't, when we were getting into arguments, I learned I couldn't argue back with him. I would let him get out what he say. And then I'd be like, okay, are you done? Like, I had to treat him like a baby, and he would constantly compare me to his mother. I had to coddle him. I had to really treat him like he was a patient, and that's how I got through those months dealing with him. I really had to treat him like my child.
Yeah, I mean, you end up I always tell people, if you end up feel like you're parenting your partner, it's not going to be a very healthy relationship dynamic overall. Whether you're dealing with a narcissist or not, it's not going to be a very healthy relationship dynamic. So I feel like, it's been 3 weeks. I hope he's done, but I would always just err on the side of caution and just always be prepped just in case he tries to come back. You don't have to wait around for him, of course, but just in case he tries to come back and do that stalking weirdo type stuff, you just prepare for it, okay? Because I do have another person I got to hop on, and I get ready to hop off, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, no problem. Be safe. Take care of yourself.
You too.
All right. Y'all, some of these stories, unaliving 2 people, a girl and the child, is crazy. That is crazy. Can you hear me? It says Cheryl. Hey, how you doing? Make sure I can hear.
I can hear you.
There you go. What's going on?
Oh, good. How are you? We caught it right on time because I got to do therapy in a couple minutes.
Okay. Well, what's up?
Hit me. Therapy in about a couple minutes.
Oh, it's kind of breaking up now. I'll give it a couple seconds.
You there?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear that. Yeah, it went out a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah, I can
cool.
hear you now. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna make this really quick. All right, so I've been married for 32 years. My husband cheated on me on the first 10 years. He cheated on me. He left me and the children. He left me while I was pregnant. I was 6 months pregnant. Back and forth, blah blah blah. He left me. Then got into a bad motorcycle accident. I let him come back home or whatever. So it's been good.
Who got into the accident? Did you get into the accident or him?
My husband got into a bad motorcycle accident. We weren't together at the time, so I went to go see him, make sure he was fine. I took the kids. Now my kids are 31, 28, and 21. So, he told me, he finally revealed to me May 8th that he had been this whole time in 32 years, the reason why he hasn't given me any support or any comfort or anything like that is because he was mad at himself. So he was taking his anger out on me for the last 32 years, even though I haven't done anything, but, he needed to let his anger out. So he let it out on me for 32 years. This man has done atrocities to me, atrocities. So now that I told him, and, I'm in therapy, I take my medication, this helps me out a lot. So what ended up happening is that I finally had it. I don't know where it came from, and I said, you know what, I'm done. My kids live with me. They're older, but, they're saving money to buy a house, but I just really do not want to leave my house. Do not want to leave my house. And I could stay amicable, but my husband, his version of amicable is for me not to talk about that, he admitted he was a narcissist, that he used me, and that, all those horrible things that you could possibly imagine, but he wants everything to be fine and everything's great. Yeah, forget everything and everything's great. And he's just a horrible human being.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty tough.
There's nothing else I can say about it. So
no, I'm just saying, like, when you say being amicable, you can try to be amicable. A lot of times that might not work out on his end of things, right? You can try to be amicable all you want to, but on his end of things, it doesn't always end up working that way. You know what I mean? Because they don't necessarily want you to go away or want things to end. So they try their hardest to keep things going on. As they try to make your life a little bit more difficult here and there. It really just depends, right? Because like you said, the house situation and some other stuff might pop up where you have to kind of go back and forth and deal with him. So it's gonna be like, it can be difficult to get to that point where
we have a business together.
Oh yeah.
We have a business together. When you have a business,
it's kind of going out, y'all. Yeah, it logged off. I'll get it a second. If it pops back on, yeah, I'll put it back on. But yeah, narcissistic people trying to be amicable is very difficult with them, y'all. It can be a very difficult thing. And if y'all just joining in the live, I do my one-on-one coaching over Zoom and whatnot at mentalhealness.net, Zoom or phone calls. I'm thinking about starting a text message service right here as well. Like we can just message for a couple hours or whatever. I just don't know how to set that up correctly. Or maybe over WhatsApp. We can do voice messages and voice notes and things like that, y'all. Because I do have to get ready to hop off. I got a coaching call here in the next few minutes. I wanted to do this right into the coaching call, so I'm already warmed up for it. So again, everything is available at mentalhealness.net. If you want to do a coaching call, I'll do this right here. You can enter the code mentalhealness.net for coaching stuff right? And then you can enter the code mental20 for 20% off the next session and whatnot. So mental20 gets you 20% off and whatnot. My courses, if you want to do a course, mental health, you can do it at mentalhealness.net. Go to my courses section. You can enter the code mothers or fathers. And that gets you 50% off the courses. The courses together are over 50 videos to help you understand what you went through and help you heal from narcissistic abuse, y'all. The courses, my first course, it's called Understanding the 7 Stages of a Narcissistic Relationship. It's literally about what you went through in the relationship, like the cycle of narcissistic abuse. And then my second course, the next course, like you see right here, it's got 25 5-star reviews from people who've taken my Understanding the 7 Stages course. This course has been available for a while. People love it. But then my next course, the second course, is called Finding Your Why. It's Healing from Narcissistic Abuse. This is, you see what I'm saying? This has 2 5-star reviews. It's still a fresh course. So it's only been out for a few months. This is over 40 videos that I put together with a script of over 20,000 words to help people heal and understand what they went through. So you can go to mentalhealness.net, go to the courses. Like I said, enter the code mothers or fathers. It gives you 50% off. You want to do a coaching session, enter the code mental20 for 20% off, y'all. And I do have to get ready to hop off this thing, y'all. There's a couple comments I want to respond to first. I told her I would. Since there's no cure to being narcissistic, what are the best ways that you have gone through your channel? So me, I have a whole series that I've done. It's over 50 videos. It's called Self-Aware Sundays, where it really does talk about my therapy journey and the things that work best for me, right? I've done a lot of therapy. I've done a lot of different things to work on myself. But my Self-Aware Sunday series talks about stuff that works best for me, including what I do. Like, I always feel like I'm not enough. I haven't accomplished enough. I haven't done enough. So what I was doing before I hopped on the live is I was taking my life in 10-year sections. 10-year-old me, 20-year-old me, 30-year-old me, 40-year-old me. How would 20-year-old me look at 40-year-old me? How would 30-year-old me look at 40-year-old me? I was doing that earlier. I was just like, from 30 to 40, I made some moves, y'all. I was like, damn, from 30 to 40, I bought a house. I had 2 more kids. I quit my job. I did real estate full time. I owned a laundromat. I flipped some houses. I started a thriving social media bit. Yeah, I've done a lot, but I didn't realize that type of stuff until I did it. So it helps me to write that type of stuff down. I want to know if you think we should be teaching these things in DV agencies. Thanks. Yeah. But how it's just about the curriculum and how you would teach this right here. Right, of how you would teach this type of stuff. And then he said, that's when I'm trying to start my business. I want people to share their story with me, mostly childhood trauma. But yeah, I'm just getting started. Yeah, you got to get the ball rolling. Getting the ball rolling can be the most difficult part, like including what I've been doing, right? Getting the ball rolling for myself had been very difficult. I was scared, right? But I've done so much, y'all. It's crazy. That's gonna be my exercise for the rest of the day, is to still focus on the stuff that I've accomplished and all this other good stuff, y'all. Be safe. I do have to hop off, y'all, for this coaching call. Be safe, take care of yourselves, and keep an eye out, y'all. I might do another one of these. I'll do another one of these this week. I like doing it. I like talking to people, getting their stories and all the other good stuff, y'all. Again, one-on-one coaching. Everything else is over Zoom, mentalhealness.net, and I'm out.